What's happening, YouTube? Halo Quan Z back at it again with another one. All praises to the Most High, Yahuah, and all praises to Yahusha, the one that lived for us, died to his flesh for us, died on the stake for us, then was resurrected by the Most High, Yahuah, creator of heavens and earth, for us to use the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, let's quicken the Ruach HaKodesh. And that was it. That was me quickening the Ruach HaKodesh. Now, this ain't gonna be a long video. This gonna be about maybe a 20 to 30-minute video to have a little discussion with y'all. Let y'all know how I feel about serving the Most High, trying to turn people to the Most High, and the grief you get, the grief that comes behind it, because there's a strong grief that comes behind it, because I didn't know that I was gonna have a harder time interacting with the world as I have, or as hard of a time interacting with, our actual world as much as I have dealing with the Ruach HaKodesh, because there's three things that happens when you deal with serving the Most High. Three of them that I can count so far, which is you're either extremely loved, extremely hated, extremely loved, or extremely misunderstood. Those are the three things that happen every time. Now, my goal is to stand on my square regardless of what's going on, right? However, it's a challenge, and it's more so a challenge because you don't have too many physical companions to communicate with like that. I mean, you do, but the Most High only allows you to communicate with, because you can be very repelling to people when you're telling them about the Most High or telling them the truth out here. And then as far as like picking and choosing battles, unfortunately, I've never really been good at that. So when it happens, when I have to pick and choose battles and all that kind of stuff, it grows weary. It puts a damper on my spirit. Okay. I get it. Most people you communicate with, they have their own views, and their own way that they want to worship the Most High, which is 9 times out of 10 their own way, and it puts them in their own way when you explain it, like, not when you explain it, but when you observe them. Sometimes you see them getting in their own way, and a lot of times, like, I care so much that I have to say something. Sometimes it strongly depends on, like, am I moved by the Spirit to turn this individual towards the Most High, Yahuah, creator of heavens and earth. And a lot of times I am instructed or guided. I'm going to just say guided into trying to get people to emotionally understand the Most High, because it's like we got this flood of teachings out here that teach you to worship yourself, and that's not helping. That's definitely not helping, y'all. I don't like it. Even though the teachings are very like down to earth, and I'm gonna say it's very down to earth, it's very helpful when you listen and understand them. However, it still removes worship from Yahuah. In the quantum field that these teachings talk about, they call it the quantum field. It's the Ruach. Ruach. Not all Ruach is good Ruach. I said this before in one of my other videos. But like I'm going to reiterate that. Not all Ruach is good Ruach. There's Ruach HaSatan and Ruach HaKodesh. Ruach HaMashiach. Ruach Yahuah. It's like different Ruach. Alright? But it's a whole field of Ruach, which we know is spirit. And everything has a different Ruach attached to it. Because it's breath and fluid. Breath and fluid. And think about it. All breath and fluid creates something. If you just think about it. However, it's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, man, it gets so draining trying to get people to worship the Most High. It's draining. And then especially in your personal proximity. If you're trying to do this within your personal proximity, oh yeah. And I don't claim to be no prophet. I don't claim that at all. I'm not a prophet. I'm just a messenger. I'm just a servant of the Most High. That's it. I'm not a prophet. I'm not somebody that's, looking to, usurp greatness for myself and exclude the Most High. That I'm just a child, honestly. To be honest, I'm just a child for the Most High. And I was a child for the Most High for a very long time. But, sometimes you just don't know you are. And then when, because I've always had a gift to read energy, but now I have a gift to see energy. So it's like, and then I also have a gift to, like, perceive in a down-to-earth way and also explain what I'm perceiving correctly to some degree. Some people might get it, some people might not get it. Like I said, you're either extremely loved, extremely hated, or extremely misunderstood. I'm extremely loved by the Most High, thankfully. So really, that's all that should matter to me. However, it's lonely, okay? When you see stuff and you sound weird, or you sound crazy, or you sound like, what would I call it? You just sound a little bit off to people, like, and the truth is definitely a turnoff to some people. I'm not sitting here saying that, I'm going to stop telling the truth just because it's a turnoff to people. However, I've had to learn to retract and pick and choose how I communicate about the Most High. because everybody's set on how they want to see the Most High. And then everybody's set on saying that God is in everything, and that's just not true. It's not. And well, unless we're talking about the God of this world, but other than that, the Most High Creator of heavens and earth sees everything, knows everything, but does not dwell in everything. If that makes sense. Man himself perverts himself into thinking that the Most High dwells into all things, and that's just not true. He sees all, but he doesn't get to reside in all because not everybody permits it. Because it is a thing of permission with all Ruach. It's a thing of permission. But once again, I'm telling y'all, now don't get me wrong, I've been extremely blessed over the past few weeks, and also my growth has been exceedingly well, which is good, and I'm thankful, I'm grateful for that. However, my growth means that I lose. It means that I lose a lot of, people that maybe my human flesh values, if that makes sense. And so it's like, it's challenging sometimes, but serving the Most High requires that, regardless of how you, and then you still have to feel how you feel. You can't just turn the feelings off. Don't do that, because if you turn them off, there's a repercussion for turning off your emotions just because because it bothers you, or because it's hurting how you feel. Okay, don't do that to yourselves. All right, I'm just a messenger. I'm going to warn you, when you serve the Most High, it is going to be a very lonely, very misunderstood road. I ain't gonna say lonely, I'm gonna just say more so misunderstood. And you might trick yourself into feeling like you're lonely. Okay? But to avoid that, I always understand that, the Most High is protecting you from things that, don't serve your highest good or his highest good. Now, there's things that he, allows to happen for people's humanly highest good, but it's not for his highest good, and he's like, okay, let them have that. But I have no part in that. And then there's having your highest good and his highest good in mind, which is, if you serve him, his highest good is for you to serve things that have his highest good in mind and your highest good in mind. That's his way. I don't make the rules, I just follow them. I just perceive them, I follow them. And it's a very challenging task sometimes. It's challenging. I'm not gonna sit here and make it like it's the easiest thing I've ever done. I would say it is. It's very easy to serve the Most High. That's not the problem. The problem is dealing with the world after you start serving them. because there are things, and I mean truly serving the Most High. You know, like avoiding fornication, like fleeing fornication, rejecting your lust, or rejecting all the temptations that you're tempted by down here. Like, you know, it causes friction because people don't understand, or people don't value the Most High the same way you do. So it's like, and then they don't, you know, when you interact uh personally with people. Now it's, you know, they'll be cordial with you. Don't get me wrong. Like, people will be cordial, but you still find yourself with only the Most High. You don't find yourself with nothing, like, because it repels. Like, it either repels or it magnetizes, depending on uh who you're interacting with, and also the circumstances. It also depends on the circumstances, and then also if you are seeking to just develop healthy relationships out here, it can be a challenge. I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be a challenge. Now, your relationship with the Most High is the only thing that matters, and, you know, keeping your stability and holding your square, regardless of, you know, what may pop up. Like, I don't celebrate birthdays, holidays, or none of that stuff. So, you know, that's a challenge in itself, because I know that the Most High don't want me practicing the ways of the world. And so you have to find some type of balance. You have to find some type of balance, or some type of instruction that helps people understand why, depending on whether you want them in your life or not. You have to explain to them why it's a necessity to get rid of the world when you serve the Most High. Yeah. And then it does tell us to worry about the things of the world when we are uh with each other, as far as, like, you know, in a relationship goes. So it does tell us to worry about the things of the world, and then worry about the things of the, you know, the Ruach, when we can't, like, when we can, you know. But strong warning, y'all. You can be misperceived. It can be misunderstood, and you got to swallow that. You got to swallow that, like, and don't think about it like, you know, it's, you know, it's for the Most High. So try not to think about it as if you're losing anything. You have everything to gain when you concentrate on the Most High. The Most High will send the people that, you know, but you just gotta trust and see that He's sending them. You have to. Like, that's all you got. Like, now, you are gonna, like, you're still gonna end up running into some people that, you know, want to challenge the greatness of the Most High. You're gonna have that, and you can't argue with those people. You can't debate those people. You just gotta suck it up. Trust me, it's hard too. It's hard, especially when you care. It's only hard when you care, and then you know, that's when it gets hard. It's when you care. But yeah, y'all, I've been blessed. The Most High has, you know, instructed me well. He's even made me make foolish decisions in the same way that He would, which It's a reflect like his foolishness is greater than man's intelligence, and his weakness is greater than man's strength. It's true. Like, and even though you might make mistakes, or sometimes your mistakes that you make catapult you into a better direction, and you won't even know it. It'll be some mistakes that you be like, dang, why am I so dang gone dumb and this and that? But it's really, you made that mistake, but that mistake saved you from you know, even worse decisions, I guess you would say. And so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, man. Serving the most hard, serving the most high, Yahuah, and serving Yahusha and their behavior and exalting them. You're gonna come across some issues where, you know, people ain't gonna really understand. They'll play like they understand, but they don't understand. They'll play like they know, but they really don't know. They say they do, but they really don't. And I'm aware of this. So when I see it, and I'm just giving y'all this little rundown before, you know, I get back to it, get on my get back on my path, you know. But every 3 days I've been posting, and so I want to just post this as well. And you know, I hope everybody's been blessed. If you like the video, thumbs up the video. Also, oh yeah, abstaining and turning down temptation. Oh, oh yeah. Yeah, that's hard, y'all. That is one of the hardest tasks that I've had to deal with. I'm not gonna be, you know, that's one of the hardest tasks I've had to deal with. Not gonna hold you. Abstaining and you know, it's like I said, the truth repels. Okay, the truth repels. Um, Misunderstandings can repel a situation, and it's not fun. It's not fun. And then on top of it, you don't want to hide the Most High. You like, you know, worship Him behind closed doors, but also worship Him in front of, you know, like exalting Him. Like, don't deny Him in front of others, regardless of, you know, whether you want that person in your life or not. Don't deny Him. Don't hide him. Don't hide him away. Be truthful. Just be truthful. And don't find yourself trying to withhold how you live just because you want a certain situation to go your way. Don't do that, because that's deceptive. I ain't gonna hold you. Don't be deceptive just because you want a relationship or a situation to go your way. Don't do that. If you serve the Most High fully, not halfway. All right, like, you don't fornicate no more. Show you don't fornicate no more. You don't, you know, you want to wait till marriage. Express that, and but explain why. Like, express that and explain why. But don't hold those things off just because you want something to develop. Always be open and upfront. Always. Like, no matter what you feel like you may lose, you're not losing. They removing, you know, the spirit of Satan might got a hold of them. So, you know, or the spirit of the world might got a hold of them. Carnality. So And don't jeopardize the Most High's blessing for you just because, you find yourself tempted, or you want something, or you want a situation to grow. And don't find yourself withholding information just because. Be honest. Like, for you women, be honest. Like, if a man asks you about how you how your past is, be honest about it, because you'll get better results being honest than lying. I know, because I I rewarded that with marriage. Okay, honesty, being truthful, and then also genuine truthfulness is like it brings you more glory than you realize. But genuine and genuine willingness to change and alter your behavior, but being honest about it though. Like, because you got people out here that want to like lie about their past. Don't lie about your past just because you're trying to, or don't lie and don't withhold information just because you want a situation to go the way you want it to go. That ain't doing nothing but hurting you in the end. It's gonna hurt you. It's gonna hurt whoever it is that you're interacting with. And I'm not saying that I've made that mistake, because I haven't. I've always been an honest individual as far as that goes. With certain things, like the relationship thing. Yeah, I've always been honest. Now, I done found myself in a position to where I withheld the truth just because when I was younger. When I was younger, I found myself withholding the truth to, grow a situation. You know what I mean? But it didn't do me no good to do that, because then it causes all types of confusion, unnecessary confusion. And you don't want that in your life. Now, when I was younger, I did that. But me being a new man, like, or ever since adulthood, it ain't been like that. So, and I'm grateful, because my life could have went worse. Could have went way worse. And then always be intentional. Always look to build and grow and develop a relationship intentionally with, with genuine intention, not just cause you trying to get your rocks off, cause that's mainly what people do it for. I've been abstaining for quite some time, and you know I'm just abstaining until I get married. So I'm not I'm not out here trying to do anything to. And trust me, it's temptation out here. I get tempted, and it's a hard thing, especially when you serve the Most High. It's hard. It's hard because I'm so used to. Hey, I'm used to what I want to do. I put it that way. It's not like sometimes it ain't gonna be as fun, even though it's beneficial. It's not gonna be fun all the time. So don't look for it to be fun. If you made it to this far through the video, I love you. And this is just a strong warning for those that serve the Most High. That's what you're gonna have to deal with. You're gonna have to deal with some misunderstanding. If you don't celebrate holidays, you're gonna have to deal with that. If you if you're a man about business, you're gonna have to deal with people like not wanting to, hey, not wanting to get in line. You're gonna have to deal with that. It's with you women, you're gonna for you to get the type of man you want, you're gonna have to sacrifice wanting to be manly or wanting to just be so strong-minded, and that's if you even want to deal with a man. At this point, I don't know what women want. It just depends on the woman. So take every situation as the individual. Try not to generalize everything, but also try not to, put everything in its proper category. Put everything in its proper category. It's okay to generalize some things, but it's also, and it's also good to individualize some things, a lot of things, because you want to tailor it to the individual. Tailor it to the individual, because the individual is who you're dealing with. Generally, if you're speaking on general topics, generalize, but tailor certain things to the individual if you're personally interacting with them. I mean, that's my advice. I'm not saying that came from the Most High, and this is just a down-to-earth conversation. But yeah, I do love y'all. If you liked the video, thumbs up the video. If you feel like somebody need to hear it, share the video. And also, I will be doing another video later on, reading the word, and maybe a small section, because I don't want to get too much into the word with the way that I read. Alright, y'all. But it's all love, y'all. It's all love. And, shouts out to y'all for listening. Whoever listens, I appreciate you. It's all love.